talk about nothing. We might hit you with what's the types of videos where you eat on camera?
Mukbangs.
Mukbangs.
Yeah, simply wholesome and
Simply Wholesome.
Yeah, Earls and all that. We're gonna do it for the hood like
Del Taco.
Hello. Yeah. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Hello.
So, introduce yourself.
How you doing? Some of y'all know me. A lot of y'all know me. Some of y'all might not. I'm Taharqa Atir. I'm a Sagittarius, and we are the Casanovas of the zodiac sign, if you will. Okay. The ladies tend to love us. Everybody loves us. So I'm an expert at these kind of, this subject matter. So whatever my sister got, I'm ready for it. Because I'm an expert at astrology too. So let's get it.
Just so you know, Sagittarians aren't really known for being the Casanovas, but yes, if he thinks that that's the truth, then okay.
Jay-Z.
Well.
DMX.
Yeah. What about them as a Casanova though?
Smooth. Jay-Z smooth. Hello.
No, I wouldn't call them a Casanova. When I think of Casanova, I think more of like someone that's like more seductive. So that would be more Scorpio-like. Like Drake, for instance, that's more Casanova in my eyes. But okay, if you want to take that,
right,
apply it to Sagittarians, well, be that. You can be that.
Hello.
So, one of the things I wanted to know is who Taharqa thinks he's naturally gotten along with his entire life. Who does he have the best connections with when it comes to the zodiac?
Mm-hmm. You know what? As crazy as it sounds, I'm going to say Capricorn. A lot of my closest friends have been Capricorn. My mom was a Capricorn. Mm-hmm. So I think and I love their dry humor and wit, and their dark humor too, because, us Sagittarius, we tell the truth and we have very dark humor sometimes. Yeah. Capricorns too, so it's, So I'm going to say, surprisingly, even though I'm a fire sign, that would be the sign that I probably vibe with. In terms of friendship now, turning relationships, women, it'll probably be Libra and Virgo. More than like, not my sign, because Sagittarius women are crazy, straight up. Shout out to Marguerite.
Oh gosh, that's one of my best friends.
She gave them a bad name. So yeah, as far as women, I'm gonna say Virgo and Libra. Then as far as, male companions and just friends in general, Capricorn, I get along great with them too. I don't really like my own sign that much.
Oh, that's a shame. Such a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, so the reason I'm looking at his chart, and Capricorn actually rules his 5th house of fun, romance too. So if a Capricorn woman, you actually could, have a little fun. That doesn't mean she would be your wife. He is married, by the way. Right. But yeah, so the sign that brings out your fun side, their sun sign falls into your 5th house. So that makes a lot of sense why it would be Capricorn.
Right.
And then also because it's right next to Sagittarius, your signs are considered, they're right next to each other. So a lot of Capricorns might have planets in Sagittarius, and you don't have planets in Capricorn, but they might have planets in Sag. Mm-hmm. So like his best friend is a Capricorn, but his moon is in Sagittarius. Right. So they have an instant rapport because of that as well. So you said for women, it's mainly been Libra, his wife's a Libra, and Virgo.
Virgo. But for some reason, I attract a lot of Cancer women. Cancers, Cancer women are weird.
Oh, okay. So we can't really generalize. I don't mean to offend anyone that's watching. So we don't mean to offend any zodiac signs here. My brother is a Sagittarius. They are very straight to the point and blunt, and they speak their mind.
Hello.
So I'm a little more, what do you call it?
Conservative.
Yeah, a little more conservative, and I don't like to offend people, but he doesn't care.
I do.
So there you go. I'm apologizing ahead of time. So he said Cancer women. So Cancer rules his 11th house of friends, groups, associations. So you probably have the opportunity to meet more Cancers maybe when you're out. So maybe that's a reason why you attract them. That's just one inkling.
And work and stuff too.
That's
where it would be at.
You meet him through work.
Right.
Oh, that makes sense. Your 11th house is the second from the 10th, your career and public image, the way you make money. So 11th house is linked to career as well. Okay. So that could be a reason why you're meeting more Cancer women through work. Right. And then the Libra rules second house of income, and our dad's a Libra too. Right. So that we have that connection, but also the second house is linked to the first. So maybe there's a sort of destiny type of point there, like when you evolved, you met a Libra woman who became your wife. So that could be a reason. You don't have any planets in Libra.
What's the first house?
The first house is Virgo.
Okay. Well,
rising sign. Yeah.
Libra comes
the second. So
okay, now I get it.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, who has been the craziest sign when it comes to people you've dated?
Scorpio. And I'm sure most of you guys would agree with me. They are nuts. I love them though. The thing about them, they motivate me. You know what I mean? Because they just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And Scorpios are nuts. They really are. I think they're aliens. They come from somewhere else. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I rock with them heavy just because you ain't never got to know where you stand with them. If they don't like you, they're not going to deal with you. And if they like you, they love you. You know what I mean? And they'll, give you the shirt off their back, and they protective. They just crazy as hell. But Scorpio, I would easily, say them,
Well, it's funny because we're actually surrounded by Scorpios. Our grandmother is a Scorpio.
Hello.
Our grandfather was a Scorpio. They were married for 50 years. Our aunt has the same birthday as our grandmother, our aunt on our dad's side. And she's a Scorpio. Our uncle was a Scorpio. Mm-hmm. So we're actually very familiar with that energy. I have Scorpio rising. I have Pluto in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, and Saturn in Scorpio. So I attract them. And you have, Scorpio rules your third house of siblings, communication, technology, short distance travel, but you also have Venus in Scorpio. Did you know that?
No, what does that mean?
Your Venus, so your love sign is actually in Scorpio. So Venus is the way, your Venus in your chart, well, sometimes it represents your wife, literally for a man, but it is the way you love, it's what you have interest in. So you do have interest in like occult sort of subjects where there's like death and the afterlife. You are interested in that. You're interested in astrology and mystical things too, so it can show your interest. But you also have Pluto in Scorpio. Because we're born in the same generation, the Pluto and Scorpio generation, and they're right next to each other. So you do attract intense types of personalities because that Pluto next to that Venus, it's like attracting people that are very intense. So that might be your experience with Scorpio women. Right. So, it's funny. I don't know if we ever sat down and
this is my first time hearing this. I'm blown away. I didn't know that.
And interesting enough, that opposes your moon sign in Taurus. So it's like it causes a little bit of emotional distress sometimes when those people are very intense and on top of you. You don't like it.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. I hate that. Yeah. Definitely. Bingo.
Yeah. So, but Scorpio is a tough sign. It gets a bad rep in the zodiac.
Well, they earn it
though. They're very loyal. They're very determined. But there's 3 levels of Scorpio. So it's like the snake, the eagle, and the phoenix that rises from the ashes. So the low level Scorpio energy is not the greatest energy, but when they've evolved and they become healers, they're excellent. They could be some of the most powerful people. So shout out to the Scorpios out there. We love y'all.
JT the big figure, locks his home.
Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Nelly. Shout out to Fabulous. Shout out to Drake. Have you guys noticed Scorpios link up and they're in cahoots with each other? All the rappers.
Always.
They're all in cahoots with each other. So shout out to the Scorpios. We love y'all.
Right.
What about, on the topic of celebrities, what about celebrity, who are some of your favorite celebrities? Or are you fans of anyone and their zodiac signs?
Ice Cube is my favorite rapper.
He's a Gemini.
Yeah. Jay-Z.
Okay.
Sagittarius. Also, I'm going to have to go ahead and throw DMX in there too.
And he's
Tupac, Sagittarius.
Tupac was a Gemini.
And then Nip, of course, Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey was a
Leo. Them is all my favorite rappers right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Along with MCA. You know,
I don't know.
Gemini,
Does he even have a zodiac sign?
Yeah, Gemini.
Oh.
Yeah. But Gemini is my midhaven, so maybe that's why.
That's true.
That's my career.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I like all these Gemini rappers. You know, even Trump. I used to look up to him till he went crazy.
Oh.
You know, and got racist and stuff. But you know,
Worse.
Geminis, they're polarizing. You know, so you know when they speak, you listen. You know, so. You know, they be controversial too. You know, they say a lot of, they say some crazy stuff too, just like us Sagittarians. So I think that's why I like their energy, you know, because of that.
And did you know that Gemini and Sag, those are opposite signs? Well, you know that, but I don't know if you guys know that Gemini and Sagittarius are actually opposite signs. So they have things in common, but they're actually very different. Gemini does rule communication, short distance travel, being curious. Sagittarians are curious too, but it's more on like a spiritual, philosophical level. And Sagittarius rules long distance travel. So they have these things in common, but they're actually very different. Gemini is an air sign, Sagittarius is a fire sign. So it could be they have an instant connection, or it could be they don't like each other at all. So that's how it happens with opposites. So yeah, most of the rappers that you named, a lot of them are Geminis. There's a lot of, some of the best rappers in the world are Geminis, or they're in Mercury ruled sign, like Virgo. So like Nas, my husband's standing over there as we're taping, that's his favorite artist is Nas, he's a Virgo. But Ice Cube, Gemini, Tupac, Gemini, Biggie, Gemini. There's a lot
of them, yeah.
Oh my God, Kendrick Lamar. Because it's wordsmiths. It's ruled by Mercury, so people that are witty and can use Kanye West, love them, like them or love them. So even that short list right there, murdered. Geminis, can't deny, they are very lyrical geniuses.
Yeah, they hip hop. They are hip hop.
Yeah,
really.
very smart, intelligent people that collect a lot of information, and they're able to, you know, use their oratory skills to entertain. So Geminis, we got love for Geminis out there too. So one of the things me and my brother always talk about is this whole new culture of like dating and relationships, and we're fairly young. I'm 35, he's 33 now, and we're just in a different generation than a lot of what's going on now, whether it's music and hot girl summer, and trust me, I love the ratchet music. I like to dance and listen to it, but I feel like there's been a turn in like culture and just relationships in general, and how men and women, and I'm only talking about men and female relationships, because obviously there's, you know, bisexual, there's homosexual. We're not gonna get into all that in this video, that's just too much. But in terms of the way men and women relate to each other, it's kind of whack these days, in my opinion. What's your opinion about that?
I think it's lopsided now. The women act like men, and the dudes, I don't even want to talk about them. Some of y'all dudes, man, I can't even speak up on y'all. Saying I've watched things change completely right before my eyes. I was only born in '86, you know, and like I said, we live in a society now that is completely different than what it was when we were young, you know. And I just feel like now, I'm glad women got the independence. I'm glad that they're putting it down the way they are. But dudes need to step their game up too. You know, we got to learn from them. You know what I mean? Because these chicks out here, they getting it. You know, they bosses. They taking over. And men need to understand them and study them the same way we do other men, because we need to learn some of that game. You know, women are winning right now. And I think it's going to continue until the foreseeable future. So, you know, I'm not mad. You know, I just want dudes to step their game up though, man. You know, we got to learn and get it together, man. Start feeding these mamas and these babies too. You know, that's what it's all about, you know.
Well, I will say it seems like there's been, there's like a leaning towards like anything goes in this culture. Like people have no boundaries these days. Like they'll do and try anything. That's what it seems like what's going on. And I'm trying to think astrologically, like Pluto's in Capricorn right now. and it has been for a while. And like Capricorn is all about tradition and values and doing things the same way. Pluto is about destruction and death of things. So I feel like that has a lot to do with it, like just the tearing down of the old tradition and all that stuff. And that's not a bad thing, because I think we all evolve, generations evolved before. Like our parents' generation probably thought we were crazy and so forth and so on. Like you can trace it back. But the interesting thing will be when Pluto moves into Aquarius, because that's coming up.
When is that?
I have my ephemeris over there, but let's
because
look
Aquarius,
up the
that's a
exact
weirdo
date.
sign too. So
That's what I'm saying. So is it going to get
it's
worse?
Even weirder. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Aquarius. As soon as you say that, you know.
Yeah, because Aquarius is all about, and that's happening in 2023. That's not that far off. And Aquarius is all about breaking boundaries, being different, being eccentric, just being far out there. That's my moon sign, so I definitely identify with those traits, even though I'm a traditional Taurus. But when Pluto enters Aquarius, it's like, are we gonna be like not human anymore? Like, is that the end of like procreation? I don't know what's going on. It's a lot of strange behavior. But God bless individuality, because I do agree with that. Do whatever. I believe you should do whatever makes you happy, whatever feeds your soul. But I don't like followers. That's one thing I could say. I think,
and that's what it seems like to me. People are
like
followers. They're just being different just to be different.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna be different, you do it. Be self. You know what I mean? Like it should be self-motivating. Like I'm doing this because this is what I feel, not because the girl I hang out with is a weirdo. I want to be a weirdo like her. Or the dudes too, the homies I hang out with. They, you know, I just feel like there's a lot of followers. It's not sincere. You know, before the internet became prominent, you know, weirdos was weirdos. They meant it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think with this generation, they want to look a certain way, but they don't have the backbone. You know what I mean? They don't have the structure. They just see these rappers dressing and look a certain kind of way, and that's how they want to look, but they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to, you know, like back in the day, seeing somebody with a face tattoo in the 90s, that was a big deal. Like you knew that person meant business. You know what I mean? Where now, you gonna see, you might see 5, 6, 7 dudes a day with that. You know what I mean? It's like, and they, you know, that they just got it just because it's cool. They didn't really probably put the work in for it. So that's another thing I don't understand is people just dressing and looking a certain kind of way and expecting something different.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think the reason why people are being who they aren't is because social media has allowed a glimpse into worlds that aren't your own. So it's like everyone's taking on traits of things that they see across the world or in another city, so they feel like they have access, so it's easy for them to emulate it. And so it's like all these different, and it's also a beautiful thing, but it's a lot of like identity crisis going on too, because of we can see everything now. So it makes it hard for people really to identify with who they are inside and really be themselves. So I'm glad that we didn't grow up with social media like when we were in high school or elementary, because I could imagine that's like a very hard thing to have to deal with as you're developing and learning yourself. So I'm thankful for that.
We grew up in the era where the internet, you know, it made the noise for about 10 minutes before you could get on. It took 10 minutes to take you 10 minutes to change the website. Chat rooms. You know, our internet was primitive compared to this now. So, you know, we have to focus more on our personalities and our communication skills and things like that rather than the internet. The internet was not, it was just a little small part of our lives. It wasn't big like it is now. We watched the whole entire change happen from America Online to this. It's like crazy, you know.
Let me get what do you think about the whole Meghan Markle and Prince Harry megxit situation with her trying to move? Or moving to the trying to just eradicate, is that what it's called? Eradicate themselves?
Not eradicate.
What is it called?
It's one of the terms.
Exile themselves.
It's
not exile, but they're trying to get out of it. Basically, they're trying not to do their job no more. And there's been a lot of controversy. By the way, this is very Pluto and Capricorn. This is very Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn sitting next to each other. The breaking down of old structures. This is the perfect example with Meghan Markle and Prince William. William's a brother.
That's Harry.
Because it's like they're trying to do something that it has been done before. Apparently, I can't think of it's somebody in their family but they're really trying to do some new 2020 stuff
Right.
by living partly in the monarchy and then partly out of. So what do you think about that? By the way, Meghan Markle's a Leo. I think she's a Cancer rising, and then Harry is a Virgo. William, the brother, is a Cancer, and his wife, Catherine, is that her wife's name?
Yeah.
She's a Capricorn.
What about Pippa?
So there's opposite. Pippa.
What's Pippa's sign?
What's Pippa's sign? Let's look that up. I don't know Pippa, but Pippa's doing great. She's not in any of the drama, but she's known. Let's see.
She got her career going.
She got married. Got her a good
got all her
man.
teeth.
Got all.
She got married?
Yeah, she got married.
Got married. Shout out to Pippa.
Shout out to Pippa.
Hello.
Pippa's. Oh, okay. Now I see what's going on. We're gonna look up Pippa's her birthday real quick.
Pippa got a cold face, boy.
Oh, she's an Aries.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's some other. Sorry, this is some bad dad. Pippa. I don't know. Maybe I'll insert the picture of who I see. Oh yeah, Pippa Middleton. There's another Pippa up there, and it's not.
Pippa's
She's a Virgo. Okay. She looks like Meghan Markle right here.
They look just alike, but Pippa just.
They look.
Yeah, they do look just alike.
They look like twins. I never realized this. I'm gonna insert a picture so y'all can see the similarity.
Right. Yeah,
Maybe I'm just now catching on to this because I don't know. I didn't know they looked alike. That's
you gotta
funny.
put the picture up.
Yeah, that's funny. So what do you think about that whole situation?
You know, I think if it makes them happy, the thing about it is Megan, she come from where we come from. She grew up right over here in View Park, Windsor Hills area, you know. And
hello, we're here now.
Yeah.
We're right in the
So
neighborhood.
she's kind of a regular chick, you know what I mean? So for her to really, you know, to be around that royalty and to denounce it or whatever, or to say, you know, we're just gonna live our own lives and do what we want to do, I mean, they must really mean it, because our show would be up in that castle with Elizabeth, you know, my servants, eating good, man, you know what I'm saying, eating me a British breakfast and all that, I'll be living good. So shout out to them for wanting to move to Canada. Hello, you know, if it makes them happy, I guess go ahead and do it. But like I said, I'll be right there at the Royal Palace giving orders. I know the Queen don't do much no more, but shoot, I'll be up to
Taurus too.
Is she?
Her birthday's the day before mine, April 21st.
Right. Well, I think Harry's not gonna be king anyway though, because
he's never gonna be
there's too many
king.
people online.
Yeah, his
So that's why
brother
he's
and
like,
his
okay,
children, I think,
yeah.
get
Right.
or come before.
Right. That's why he's like, okay, I'm just gonna move to Canada. You know, be up there in the 6 with Drake.
Oh, right.
So hello, you know, and shout out to them. Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of people who are mad at Meghan Markle in particular.
Why?
They feel like she's trying to have her cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's knew that she had these duties. She was marrying into the royal family, and now they feel like she's convinced Harry to go against his family and cause all this rift between them. It's hard to say because we're not in the royal family, but I'm sure they have all kinds of shenanigans in that family, just like any other family.
True.
And the astrology of that family is kind of crazy and sick too. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I think when I first heard it, I was like, oh, good for them. Like, do it. Like I said, like, do what makes you happy. Because I'm definitely not, I'm traditional, but I'm Aquarius moon. So I'm all about breaking boundaries and like not wanting to be controlled. So I kind of understand that. But then on the other side, I see how the English or the Brits, they're pissed because they feel like their taxpayer dollars have paid for their house being renovated, for their wedding, for, you know, their lifestyle up until then, and or up until now. Now all of a sudden they want to leave, so they feel pissed. Like, how are you going to break the tradition? So I don't know. I honestly don't care because neither one of them are paying my bills over here. So to be honest, fuck them. Right. But I will say that this is very Pluto and Saturn conjunct in Capricorn. This is playing out before our eyes. So at least this history will validate the astrology, and we got us astrologers have something to talk about. Right. So yeah.
But why move to Canada? Like, if you're gonna do that, at least, you know, like, what are you gonna do? Just
I think they said North America. They didn't say Canada.
I thought they said
but
Canada.
To me, that implies you're going to spend some time in Canada too, because why would you just say the U.S.? Right. So, and knowing they just spent Christmas there.
But Canada is still a part of the British.
Oh, so maybe.
Illuminati, right?
I don't know.
Isn't it a part of still? Like Jamaica and all that still a part of. You know how they're kind of like the United States with that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Trust me, I don't know. What's the astrology of your close friend circle?
My close friend circle. Well, Capricorn, couple Sagittariuses, Scorpio, one of my best friends in the world, Scorpio, Taurus. That's about it. Them signs: Taurus, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. That's my main, my main partners. That's the zodiacs that they fly under.
I think for me, it's it runs the gamut, but there's some signs that they're not in there, which is funny. You notice, like, you have friends from different zodiac signs, but there's certain zodiac signs where you don't really have any friends or close friends that are that sign. So for me, it's Tauruses. I have a lot of friends that are Tauruses. I have a couple Sagittarians. One of my best friends in the world is a Pisces.
Aries.
Well, my 3 best friends: Pisces, Taurus, and Sagittarius. Aries. I have close friends that are Aries.
Melody, a great songwriter too. Shout out to Melody.
Yeah. And then Gemini. I have Gemini friends too.
It seems like Sagittarius though for some reason.
That's the core. Well, 2 of long-term friends that I've known my whole life. 2 of them are Sagittarius.
Right.
Or actually 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of been the more consistent of the signs. And Capricorn, of course, and
you don't have no Scorpio friends.
I do.
You do?
I do have Scorpio close friends, but from growing up, like friends that I've had, like from like my childhood friends all the way till now, Scorpio, no.
Right.
But I do have Scorpio.
Because you had enough of them at home, that's why.
Yeah, I had a lot. I was surrounded. Yeah. But I like Scorpios. I get along with them fine. I think I can handle the.
Yeah, because you do exactly what what they want you to do. You don't dare question it.
Our grandma said that about our grandfather. As long as you do exactly what he tells you to do.
And don't you dare question them about anything. That's Scorpios in general. Right. The funniest part about that was Grandma. She had delivery.
Oh, yes.
She said, no, your grandpa's very easy to get along with as long as you do exactly what he tells you to do.
She was
don't you dare question him about anything.
Because it was sarcastic.
Right, exactly.
She's like, he's very easy.
Right. That was classic.
On the topic of Scorpio, there's been some drama with Future, Sierra's baby daddy, rapper extraordinaire, also in cahoots with Drake. I think we didn't name them as him as one of the Scorpios who's in cahoots. He apparently was messing with Scottie Pippen's wife, Larsa Pippen, who's down with the Kardashians. Like, she's really good friends with like Kim Kardashian and that whole crew apparently. So what do you think about men that are kissing and telling?
Oh yeah, that's another new age thing. I just I don't understand Future's point. Like, if he already had her, then okay, you won already. And what is Scottie Pippen gonna do? Get in the studio and respond back to you? Like, Scottie can't even talk. He can't even barely read. You see him on ESPN. So I mean, it's kind of like, that's like he's defenseless in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, and Scottie got 6 rings, baby. Don't get it twisted. Scottie is winning no matter what. You know what I mean? First ballot Hall of Famer. So Future's career still will never measure up to Scottie Pippen's. And like I said, Scottie ain't gonna hop in the studio and diss him back. And I think they got divorced, didn't they?
They've been divorced.
Yeah, so I mean, Scottie probably already got him another, Scottie got enough money to build him a woman, so I'm sure he's not even tripping off of whatever Future got to talk about, So it's just this new age stuff, these dudes acting like suckers, wanting to kiss and tell, and I don't understand it. It just makes it harder for regular dudes, because that's why girls don't be wanting to be as friendly as they used to be back in the day, because these dudes nowadays be, they be burning bridges and exposing people and talking about people on song. Just immature, you know what I mean? So that's lame. All around is just lame, you know what I mean? So somebody get Scottie in the booth, man. Shaq, somebody get him in the booth, man. Respond,
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that's just like, what's your point? It's not like Scottie Pippen came out, at least to my knowledge, and like said something about Future. So what was the point of him putting his ex-wife? By the way, that's mad disrespectful, especially since that's his mother of his children. Like, Scottie Pippen has children. They were married for a long time, and that's his mother. Whether she did what she did or not, I just feel like, why do you need to kiss and tell and like put it in a song like that? interesting enough, Future is a Scorpio, Larsa is a Cancer, two water signs.
Wow.
Two water signs.
Okay.
She's 45, but he's what, 35? Future's like my age, I think. So they are compatible from like a typical general water signs.
Backstabbing.
Well, I don't think
Backstabbing, yeah. Cancers, y'all do that too, yeah. Hello.
Well, anyway, no comment on that. But Scottie Pippen, interesting enough, was a Libra. So those Cancer and Libra are two cardinal signs, but Libra and Cancer energy is very different. They're actually considered to be square each other in astrology, which is like a tension point.
As far as compatibility with Libra and Cancer, I know this is kind of off the subject, but how would you rate their compatibility? Because it seems like I've met a few Cancer and Libra.
I've heard that several times.
I've met a few of them.
Yeah, I have seen that. It's not the typical compatibility just because Cancer's water and Libra's air. And again, it's that tension point, it's that 90-degree tension. But the thing that they probably would have in common is like maybe liking to be comfortable, liking the creature comforts of the world. And then maybe like Cancers feel like Libras bring them out of their shell because Libra's a little more social, are known for being a little more social. But I have seen that combination a lot. You're right. I've also seen Capricorn and Libra a lot too in our parents. Too, right. But I've seen that several times. And again, they're cardinal signs. So each sign has a modality, fixed, cardinal, mutable. So they're all under the cardinal sign. So there's already a rapport there. So that could be the connection there. But yeah, that's not the best look, I don't think. Future. And Sierra, just to throw her in the mix, she's a Scorpio too.
But her man's a Sagittarius.
Oh, so there you go.
I left Russell out.
Oh, yeah.
Casanova, hello.
Okay. Uh-huh.
We could also talk about April Jones. And
yeah, that's some good.
Scorpio.
Okay, so, all right, so we were just chatting about the whole April Jones, Amarion, aka Amari, what's Lil Fizz drama?
Lil Fizz, yeah.
So what do you think about that? Because that seems like some hot mess. I can't watch Love and Hip Hop anymore. I used to.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just too much foolery.
Too much rise cloud on there.
Yeah.
But we'll say this: I like the way Amarion handled it. You know, in that Vlad interview, you know, dodging the questions and then just not acting like a sucker. You know, he just kicked everybody off the tour and let them know what time it was, like a real Scorpio. I got the power, bruh. You know what I mean? You could have a woman. I got the power. What songs is you gonna do? He can't. None of them. Omarion sung all them songs. You know, so, you know, I really like the way that he handled that whole entire situation. You know, like a man is supposed to. You know, that's the opposite of Future right there. How Omarion handled her and all the shenanigans she's had these couple weeks. You know what I mean? So, I think that's a good Scorpio to look to is Omarion.
So I'm looking up everybody's. Well, Mari, Scorpio.
What is that?
April Jones is a Sagittarius.
Oh, of course. See,
your sign.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly.
And
then,
let's see. Lil Fizz is
a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius too.
So maybe they belong together.
Well, they broke up apparently, from what I hear. But Sagittarius is a sign of being optimistic and like maybe sometimes taking on more than you can, or biting off more than you can chew.
Hot and cold. That's what my dad used to say.
Hot and cold.
We're hot and cold. One day we might love you and, you know, you might be the greatest thing on earth, and then the next day we just be done with you. You know what I mean? Male and female, every Sagittarius, we be hot and cold about everything. It's not just relationships, but even things that interest us. We'll find that quick. We'll find something else that sparks our interest and move on to that. You know, so that's probably what happened right here. They probably got tired of each other, and now they, you know, moving on to something else. But shout out to Omarion, like I said, for being a real Scorpio.
Shout out to my classmate, because me and him went to middle school together.
John
so if you don't know,
right?
Los Angeles is very local. So there's a lot of these people that are on TV now that I either know or went to school with. So yeah, he has always been a very nice person and very talented, very charismatic. I've always really liked him. So I don't like to see anybody be played like that. And I do think anytime you date someone that's a friend like exes of your friends should be off limits. I just personally think that.
Right.
Like there's a bro code, there's a girl code, and I don't care how much the chemistry is, it's just something that I feel like you shouldn't do.
Right.
So obviously we all have free will. I don't want to pass any judgment on April Jones. I think she's a beautiful woman, but I think that situation was never going to turn out good. Like it just, what good could have come from that? Because even if her and Fizz got married, so what? He's the new stepdaddy, and the kids start asking, "Mommy and Daddy, like they were in a group together." Like that's just like some weird Kardashian stuff going on here. Some real, like I can't. I don't know. I don't see if that would have ever turned out good. So I don't know. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so as a Sagittarius, what do you think are Sagittarians' best and worst traits? And I'll do the same for Taurus.
Okay. Best traits: humor, open-mindedness. I never really met a Sagittarius that didn't have an open mind. You know, loyalty. You know, all of my Sagittarius friends, I've been friends with them for years. You know, we stay in contact no matter what. And we might even get into it, but we'll forgive quick. Forgiveness too. We forgive quick and just move on. Everything's just water under the bridge to, you know, a real Sagittarius. But the worst traits would be the inconsistency of a lot of Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius women. Like I said, they be hot and cold. They'll be in love with you one day. Then the next day they move on to another dude. And then the short-temperedness, you meet some Sagittariuses that literally we can go from 0 to 100, you know, with our tempers. And that's also a sign of an immature Sagittarian, because over time we become more laid back and chill, like Jay-Z now. You know, he can stab people, but now, you know, he's cool, calm, and collect. Even when Solange took off on him in that elevator, he handled that perfectly. You know, Mark Twain, you know, Sagittarius, like over time we get better. We learn how to control that temper and that anger stuff. So when you meet a hot-headed Sagittarius, it's usually just immaturity, you know. But some of us never outgrow it. We just go through life going off on people, being short-tempered, you know. But all in all, those are the best and the worst traits, in my opinion. What about for Taurus, for you?
Yeah, I agree with that for Sag. All my Sagittarius friends, they like act like when they see you that even if it's been 10 years, they act like they just saw you. Right. Like they pick up where they left off. Like they don't see time for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, for Taurus, I think some of our best traits are the loyalty, the determination. Like when we decide to do something, it might take us a long time, but we'll eventually do it. I think most Tauruses are generally kind of like, they're not overbearing personalities. So like, you know, sometimes you can walk into a room and you can spot like, oh yeah, that person has a lot of Leo energy, or that person has Aries energy. Taurus is always just like chill energy for the most part. Like I never really meet a lot of Tauruses that are like, have to be in the spotlight. They just kind of want to just, you know, just have a good time. So I think that's a good trait. I mean, I like that about
Except
Tauruses.
for Chris Hamilton.
Oh, Chris Hamilton, his friend.
He takes up every room he put in.
Yeah, he does. But we got to look at his whole chart, because I don't know what other stuff he has in his chart. Right. Our worst traits are the stubbornness.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter. Like if people tell us something, we have to feel like we made the decision.
Y'all not gonna do nothing. I don't mean to interrupt you. But y'all not gonna do nothing that y'all don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You are not gonna get a Taurus to do something they don't want to. It's not gonna happen.
It's like moving a boulder.
It's not gonna happen.
1,000-pound boulder.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so, and that's. I mean, I think that they miss out on a lot because of that sometimes. Like, you know, like just missing out on like life stuff. Also the passive aggressiveness, or it's not even passive aggressive, it's more like holding things in. Like Tauruses don't necessarily like conflict, so they hold a lot in and then they'll just explode on you. And it's like, you should have just said something a long time ago versus letting it build up, because you have to have communication skills and be able to express yourself. And I feel like a lot of Tauruses would rather keep the peace than just have the conflict that's needed to move through a situation. So
I feel like Libras do that too.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like Libras
they're both Venus ruled signs.
That's why then.
So like we like pleasure, we like comfort, we don't like being disrupted. So yeah, Libras for sure do that. our dad, we know that. So yeah, I would say those are like the best and worst traits. What about Sagittarius and Taurus? Have you ever been with a Taurus woman before?
Never like serious, you know, just maybe.
The girl across the street?
Oh my God. Like I said,
That's
never serious. Yeah. Like I said, never serious. Never nothing more than them stalking me. Never, it was never me, you know what I mean? So, them pursuing me, you know, never nothing serious, no. Yeah. I think because you my sister, you feel I don't need no Taurus women or, you know, you my sister, so I got that bond with you. I've never had that kind of bond with any other Taurus.
And you have a Taurus moon, so that's why it's interesting that you have not really had a serious thing with the Taurus.
No, nothing serious, no.
But they're, the Sagittarius and Taurus are considered king cucks each other.
What that mean?
So that's 5 signs away from each other. So there are 2 signs that don't share anything in common.
Oh, wow.
In terms, when I say anything, it's dramatic, but they don't share a modality and they don't share an element. So Sagittarius is a fire sign and it's a mutable sign. Taurus is a fixed sign and it's a earth sign. So there's like not, it's almost like when you meet a sign that's king cucks or 5 signs away from you, it's like you don't have like a commonality to kind of like link into unless you have other planets in your chart that are like relatable to that sign. So like for me, I do have Sagittarius friends, but the ones that I've done their charts, they have like a Taurus rising or a Taurus moon. There's something that binded that relationship together to where we've been close for years. So I think when I look at that, and I've never dated a Sagittarius. I've been through the zodiac. Trust me. I've never dated a Sagittarius man. When I think about it, I remember one was trying to talk to me one time at a party, and he was like on me like he wanted to marry me the next day, and then he texted me the next day and never heard, like, it was like he lost interest so quick, but like it was mutual because it was like not a serious thing, but that just shows like they can lose hot and cold. Like,
right.
yeah,
Literally.
like the next day it's like, no, I'm not on that. So,
right.
But yeah, I've never been with a Sagittarius man, so that's interesting enough. What's the sign you dated the most in the zodiac? Like, who have you been with more than multiple times?
Who I've attracted the most, or who have I dated?
Who you've actually dated? Like, has there been one sign that you've dated at least 2 or 3 people of, and have you seen similarities between?
Let me think hard about this one, and it's gonna have to be like the 2 I said, Libra and Virgo would be the top ones, but them Cancers, like I said, for some reason, I've always attracted Cancer women too, even though we don't be having nothing in common. But I also think I'm friendly too, and I think, you know, they were always drawn to my charisma because they, you know, Cancers are usually more quiet and more reserved. And that's the same thing for Virgos too. Like Virgos, they're more reserved. They don't just talk to nobody. Virgos don't like nobody. You know what I mean? So with me, you know, I guess because that's my rising sign, I got that connection with them more. You know, so you know. I guess my charisma also kind of gets to them, but that's just probably gonna be between Virgo and Libra. That's the 2 biggest ones, you know.
For me, it's been Capricorn.
Yeah.
But that's really only been 2.
Right.
But I think that's the one when I go through all the people.
You did have a Gemini.
That
We're
was
not gonna say
horrible.
his name.
We're not gonna say his
We're
name.
not gonna say it because he's a loser.
Yeah,
but,
he's the worst.
Oh man, that was not that.
That was
not.
Pathological liar.
Yeah.
Just put a really bad damper name on Geminis. Like, and you know, as an astrologer, I love every sign. I don't, you know, I try not to generalize, but I've always been into astrology. So like after that didn't work out, I swore off Geminis after that. I was like, nope, that's not a good match for me. So, yes, after that it was no. But yeah, I think it's the most for me is Capricorn, because I was with a Capricorn for a long time and then I married a Capricorn. So I definitely knew that was probably going to be the best sign. Well, you can't just use the sun sign, but like I knew synastry wise that first starting point of Capricorn would be an easy sell for me. If somebody told me that, it would be like, okay, I would give them more of a chance. So they had a better foot in the door for me. But yeah, sorry, that Gemini, Taurus.
Oh my God, yeah, that didn't work.
Did not work out. The funny thing is my husband, his brother-in-law, he was dating women that had the 22nd for birthdays, like consistently. Like he dated like 3 women that were May 22nd. And then he dated another woman that was, what was it, May? November 22nd? November 22nd. And he's, after the third 22nd of May that he dated, he like swore that sign, he swore that birthday off. And I'm April 22nd, so I was like, you just were in the wrong 22nd.
But all
you're off 1 month.
That's all cusp, right?
Yeah, it's cusp energy.
Right.
Yeah, but it's just funny that he was getting 22nd over, but he had to find the right month, April 22nd, not the May, right. For him, for the compatibility. So yeah. Mm-hmm. But my sister-in-law, she's the 22nd too.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Taja. Hello.
Yeah, so she's the 22nd.
That's true.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, she's 22nd.
Libra and Scorpio.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about like numbers and synchronicity with numbers and like seeing repeating patterns on the topic of the 22nd? Because that's definitely an auspicious number for me.
I believe it. 1,000. I believe in numerology and the significance of numbers. And you know, with me, I do some real deep, studying. I'm gonna say that. And it's like everything in the universe is just numbers. It's all numbers. You know what I mean? Even with how they make these video games, it's all numbers. You know, when we was kids and they'll show like 3D models, it was numbers, right? And everything in this world, everything in this universe has a number, and there's numbers to everything. And there's an infinite amount of numbers. Everything comes down to numbers, no matter how you cut it. You know what I mean? Whether it's, we talk about money, we talk about birthdays, everything got a number to it. So in terms of that, synchronicity, numerology, I think that's all 1,000% correct. Because everything in this universe has a number to it. And there's no limit to the numbers, you know what I mean? It's infinite.
No Limit Soldier, shout out to my Taurus brother, Master P.
Hello, make him say,
Make him say,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. There is a lot of synchronicity within numbers. And he's actually 11. He's born on December 11th, but his life path is 11.
Right.
11 over 2. And that's very spiritual number. It's about elevating and being a light worker and learning how to work with others. And I'm a 22, so we're all master. We all have master numbers in our family numerology for the most part. Well, so Baba, our dad, is a 22 master number, so he's a 4, but he's 22 over 4, and 4 is a master builder number, and he's an architect, so that literally transpired into that in his life. And then I was born on the 22nd, and that's a master number. So when I was doing numerology, like I made that connection one day. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, oh, we all have that master number connection. But I'm a 3 life path, and my husband's also a 3 life path.
So you're not a 22?
No, I'm my 22 birthday number, because your birthday number is a part of your numerology too. So your birthday number is 11, but your life path is also 11.
Right.
My life path is 3, but my birthday number, which is a part of your numerology too, is 22.
Okay.
But Baba's master number is 22 over 4. It's 4, but it's a 22 master number. So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
And then yeah, so, but yeah, numbers are real. I get symbols or visions of numbers all the time. Like numbers pop up. I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch, if you're into like esoteric things or spirituality, you probably notice the same numbers. Like our mother speaks to me with 27, so I see the number 27 all the time. Yeah, so I find out, whenever I'm going through like a life transition or a change or something, I'll start to see the number 27 a lot. It's almost like our mom is like guiding me to make a decision, and it makes me feel better about it, because I know, okay, she's here. And I have a support system from the other side to help push the energy, and I think that's really important, the pushing of the energy.
Right. That mine is 11. 11 is the one that I always get. That's when I know something's gonna happen, or if it's good or bad. That's the number 11 always. That's the number that follows me everywhere I go. So.
Yeah, good sign though. Good number to follow.
Right.
One thing that's interesting that I thought was like, because I don't believe in coincidences, was how your children are all fire signs. So this is kind of crazy. My niece and my nephews, they're one of each fire sign. So the oldest is a Sagittarius. He was born a week after my brother. are not actually born the same year, obviously. On the 18th, him and his wife got married on the 18th of February. My nephew was born on April 18th, and he was actually due closer to my birthday, right?
He was supposed to be born
like on the 21st, or
yeah. Excuse me.
He was due something close, because I was like, well, maybe he'll be born on my birthday, but he's actually born on the 18th, so this ties into numerology too. And then my niece, so he's an Aries, Sagittarius, Aries, and then bitty bit Tahari, my niece, is a Leo, and she was born on August 4th.
August 3rd.
Oh, August 3rd. So it's just interesting that he has the exact trine. So all those three signs are trying each other of children, and that's kind of crazy. He's a Sagittarius, so my sister-in-law definitely has her challenges.
And if any of y'all got that, like, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Because I've never met nobody who all of their kids were fire signs.
Not all, one of each.
One of each. I googled it and I couldn't find nothing. Like, you know, people like put on the internet.
Yeah.
All three kids is fire signs. I think I might be the only one. Y'all let us know.
Well, you're not the only one but you're the only one that I know that is like of each zodiac sign. That's kind of crazy.
Make sure I hit that subscribe button and leave it in the comments.
Press the bell icon for notifications. Yeah, so, well, Kobe Bryant, interesting enough, he has all earth sign kids. I think the latest one, well, he only has 3 daughters, right? He had 2.
4, right?
Or does he have 4? I mean, you guys, I used to be obsessed with Kobe when I was growing up. Like, I don't even want to incriminate myself, the things I was doing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You know what, fuck it. I'm going to just let it be out. Because this, this is YouTube. I don't care. He's not going to watch this.
He might.
Well, if he does, guess what? I don't care, because I'm married and I didn't want to be with him anyway.
Well, I can tell Tamir used to do magic spells.
I did.
She was doing all of the wicked stuff before it was cool.
Before it was trendy.
She was burning candles and doing all kind of weird stuff in her room. You know what I mean? And my dad just fed into it because he didn't want her to be fast. So he just let her just imagine she was going to be with Kobe. That way she wouldn't be fast. It was a brilliant, brilliant plan too. It worked out very well. But yeah, she was obsessed with Kobe. She used to drive up to his house because his house was right there by our high school. So she would go up there and take pictures and do all kind of stuff. You know,
weird shit.
Yeah, but shout out to Kobe though.
Shout out to Kobe though.
My favorite
athlete. Because I will say, the thing that I liked about Kobe, so I think a lot of girls my age, when he came to the NBA, he was like a young, like, protege, but he was intelligent. He could speak Italian. And I remember it was like, oh, he's a Virgo, and I was a Taurus. I was like, oh, that's good. And because he was in my age group a little bit, he took Brandy to the prom, and I used to love Brandy. So when he joined the Lakers, I just took a lot of interest, and then he lived. Then I found out he had moved to we went to Palisades High School. He had moved to the Palisades. So we were actually seeing Kobe. So I was like, this is actually realistic. Like, I could be with Kobe Bryant. I made this whole thing in my head. And then I would tell myself, though, I can't meet him, though, until I'm in my 20s because I'm going to be fly. And, right now I'm just a high school student. He's not going to take me serious. But then he went and the wife, Vanessa, who was a high school student, who was a Taurus. So I was like, WTF. I was like, you know what? I really had a chance. But yeah, so I felt like my brother said, I actually did do a love spell. My grandma drove me around Westwood trying to find rose water because it was before Amazon. She didn't know what it was for, but she kind of knew. She was like, okay, Tamari. And yeah, so I did that. And then it doesn't end there. In college, I was a TV and film major. And I wrote a screenplay about it. Wait, should I be airing this on YouTube? No, because somebody's gonna make my movie. Anyway, I wrote a screenplay kind of about that scenario in college. I'm not gonna tell you the plot because
they already made a BET movie out of it though.
They did?
Yeah, it was a BET movie where that happened though, for sure.
I'm sure it was a BET.
Y'all know, leave it in the comments.
Y'all know what BET movie was that?
The chick was like trying to get the basketball player. And then, you remember, it was a BET, definitely.
Oh, it sounds like BET.
Definitely.
Well, anyway, so yeah, that was real. But you know what? Shout out to Kobe and Vanessa. My maturity as I grew older, of course, I started to value their marriage, and I felt bad when they went through the whole thing, and you know, he cheated on her. Like, I really was disappointed, and that really kind of turned me off from Kobe. I mean, I wasn't still thinking I would marry him, but I was like, and I kind of felt bad for Vanessa. Say what you want. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about her. I know Drake has said that line in the song that he talked about. Have you guys seen the Revolt? Shout out, leave a comment below if you've seen Drake's Revolt.
His interview.
Or maybe it wasn't Revolt, maybe it's Title interview.
Yeah,
it's Title,
I think.
But I know he...
Radar.
Oh, Radar. Actually, it was
Radar.
Drake did an interview. It was like 2 hours, and he kind of talked about how he made that line about Vanessa, like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, and like, remember that guy, like, all popular and stuff. So, you know, like, I know that has to be a very tough place to be a wife and feel like you have no say and you have no identity, and people just pass judgment on you, because she kind of stays out the way.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? She doesn't bother anybody. So, you know, I did feel bad for her in that circumstance. And
but it made Kobe better, you know.
Yeah,
Kobe better,
yeah.
You know, I feel like that's what matured him. Because before that happened, you know, like you said, he was just more of the, you know, I know a whole bunch of languages, clean cut, you know, almost borderline lame. But when he caught that rape case, well, when he caught that case, that changed Kobe. That's when he became the Black Mamba, and that's when he became a killer on that court. You know what I mean? Because of all that stuff he had to go through, and ultimately it made their relationship better because they still together and got a beautiful family, beautiful kids. You know, now people had a problem with it initially, especially, we're gonna be honest, black women. The fact that he was dating somebody out of his race, but now they are you know, a big time couple, you know, power couple. Yeah, they are. Nothing but respect, man.
God bless them.
Yeah, for real.
But I think the point I was trying to make is that he's a Virgo. Their whole family was like Earth signs. So he's a Virgo. Vanessa's a Taurus. One of the daughters is a Capricorn. I think one of the other ones is a Taurus. I don't know what the youngest one is. I think she kind of broke the whole Earth sign. But I'm like, that's a whole lot of Earth sign energy in one household. Right. And so it reminded me of your situation with the fiery energy, because there's family astrology, and I feel like family are born, your family, your connection to your family is karmic. Right. So you're born into this family, and these are people that have been following you around in several lifetimes, if you believe in that. And so there's like a connection and a rapport there, and there's some sort of karmic lesson that you as your family is supposed to be working on together. And that's why like generational trauma, generational curses occur, because people don't break or work through that family karma. And so I think I always find it interesting when there's like, you know, astrology of people and their family, and they have either all of one energy, like maybe they're supposed to have some fire come in and shake things up. Right. I don't know, but I'm trying to see what his youngest daughter is, if I could find it. You know, put some respect on Vanessa's name, because she's not even on the.
Even when they show like the wife and the kids.
Yeah, she's not even on the Wikipedia page. These people are.
I really don't know how many kids go.
Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. Oh, he does have 4. When did he have all these children?
He just had another daughter.
Wait, see, I'm all the way out the loop, because I know they had another. Gianna is 13. Okay, so those are the old children. Old children. Capri. Oh snap. She's only 6 months. She was born in 2019. She was born 6/20.
6/20, that's Cancer, right?
I think
that's Cancer.
She was born 6/20. Well, it depends on what day the sun moved into.
Oh, that's kind of Gemini.
Our friend, one of my close friends, she was born June 20th. She's a Gemini.
A Gemini. Yeah.
So the sun moves into a sign different days. So that's why if you're on the cusp, you should check your with your time. Or just check the day the sun moved into that sign, because you might be a sign you think you are, you're not that sign. Right. Hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, the Sagittarius daughter. He's been having kids. Vanessa stays pregnant. Shout out to her. Yeah. Because I didn't know all these kids were being born. God bless her. If you could switch spots with any zodiac sign for a day, which sign would that be?
Oh, that's a good question. None of them, because Sagittarius is the best sign. So, I mean, you know, like, what would I do? Be an Aries just so I could like be a weirdo? I don't know. Like, Sagittarius is the best sign, so no. And even if I was to come back, which I'm not, but reincarnation, I want to come back as a Sagittarius again, all over again. Let's do it again, baby. You know, I think we had the most fun though. You know, so.
If I had to switch signs with one zodiac sign for the day, let me think. I'm gonna go through.
Sagittarius.
No, because I think it would be, I don't know. Sagittarians do know how to have a good time. I guess maybe, yeah, I would want to see how it feels to not have any responsibility and not feel like you answer anybody.
Right.
So I feel like Sagittarians do that, and I carry the weight on my shoulders. Like, I feel like I have so many responsibilities. I have to answer to so many people. So to be like, I don't give a fuck,
right.
That probably would actually feel nice. I probably could use some of that in my life. So
yeah.
maybe that would be a good sign.
Because it's the opposite of your energy. That's why.
Yeah.
It is the opposite of your
That would be I think that would be a good thing for me. Because I feel like every other sign, I have Saturn on my ascendant, so that's Capricorn energy. Right. I have Scorpio rising. I know that energy so well. All the planets I have in Scorpio. Aquarius moon. I don't want to be a Gemini for the day. Leo is my midheaven, so I feel like in my career I act like a Leo, so I don't need that. Virgo, I have my sun in the 6th house, so that's nervous. I don't want to be nervous all the time. Yeah, so I guess the Sag would be something to like really try that out.
We have the most fun. We know how to party. That's the one thing. We know how to party.
Just going where the wind takes you.
Right.
Just going where.
But also, I would say Capricorn too, but one of those know-it-all Steve Harvey,
oh god,
Rob Parker Capricorns too, just so I can just talk out of my ass and be arrogant for a day. So I'll go with that too. I want to be like a Steve Harvey Capricorn for a day.
Oh god,
one of the know-it-all ones that gives everybody advice too.
Okay.
Yeah, seems like fun.
Okay, what's that game where you could kill, marry, kill, kiss? All right, so okay, let's do kiss, marry, kill for zodiac signs.
All right.
Which signs would you do all three for?
Kiss, marry, kill. Okay. Kiss, Virgo, marry, Libra, kill. You know what? Aries. Surprisingly, even though we fire something, I clash with Aries. No, not Beans, because I love my boy.
He's so
but
cute.
I've had a lot of my biggest confrontations and fights been with Aries because they hot-headed, they think they know everything, they stubborn, they're competitive. Like, we're either best friends or enemies, period. Me and Aries, we either best friends or we arch enemies. And if we arch enemies, it's going to be on and popping every single time we see each other too. So I'm going to go with Aries, definitely. I clash with them more than anybody, you know what I mean? I could get along with Scorpios. I love Leos. That might be my favorite sign, actually. But Aries, they something else though too, they'll piss you off, So I'll go with them.
Interesting enough, in Aries rules your 8th house. And the 8th house is all about transformation and death and things hidden and being investigative. I'm not saying that, but your North Node is also there.
Right.
And your North Node is it's like your destiny point. It's not a destiny point in terms of like your midheaven and career. It's more destiny of like a lesson that you're supposed to be learning in this lifetime. Mm-hmm. So like your South Node is what you've already mastered. So with the Aries North Node, your South Node is Libra. Right. So you've mastered partnership, you've mastered leaning on other people, you've mastered being diplomatic. The Aries North Node is moving more towards independence, it's moving towards competitiveness, being assertive, right. Speaking your mind, and just, taking action. And so the very thing that you're clashing with people is kind of, and maybe it's more of like Aries can sense. Maybe it's to teach you about how to be an Aries North Node.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Like I said, one of my best friends, my boy Patrick, man, Aries. Yeah, and he's a person, it's the opposite. Like, I look at him, and when we used to work with each other, he would compliment me and I would compliment him. Like, we both had different traits that we admired about each other. You know what I mean? So also, like I said, sometimes Aries, that's what it is. Like, we got a great connection. We can either be best friends or worst enemies. There's no in between period with Aries.
Okay, for me, kiss, marry, kill. I would kiss. Aries, marry Capricorn, kill. I'm gonna have to go with Gemini.
Gemini, yeah,
Sorry.
that's a good one for you.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's a good one for you though.
And I love, trust me, I love all the Geminis, but I'm just going off of like relationship wise. Aries is my Venus sign. So I do find, like this is funny enough, I secretly dated somebody he knew that was an Aries.
Oh, really?
Well, you knew that. Don't shout the person's name.
Pasadena.
I'll just go ahead and edit the name out. But anyway, it was a very short-lived romance, but it was very passionate because he was an Aries and my Venus is an Aries. And I had just come out of a relationship 7 years with a Capricorn. So I was so used to like this, like living almost like in a box, like being put in like having to act like a first lady. I don't know, it was just some weird shit.
It was just exciting once you got.
So once I got with the Aries energy,
right.
And he was very like said whatever he wanted. He was a leader. He was like no, come on, we're doing this, and he was also very passionate and like really cared about me. Like he yelled at me when my tires were bad. Like you didn't take care of it. I actually kind of liked that. But it was very fizzed out very quickly. But I really admired him, and I felt like he showed me a part of like that I was missing, like fun in relationships. Like somebody that was fun and like outgoing and like just not afraid to speak their mind. So I always tell my husband that he got all the qualities of all the men that I've dated in the past. He has like a quality of all those men.
I can see that. Because
like the way that the Aries cared and like was leader, my husband is so that, even though he's a Capricorn, he has that fiery spark. But he also has, I don't know if you knew this, Kofi has Sagittarius, Mercury, and he has a couple planets in Sagittarius. So he does have a fiery side to him. So yeah, so that's why I said kiss Aries. And I already told you the Gemini story, so that's why I killed and then marry Capricorn, because that was my best match.
All right, y'all. Y'all make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Give me
a thumbs up.
Give her that thumbs up. And then we're gonna be on Patreon real soon to help y'all day to day too. So y'all make sure y'all follow us.